Hello everybody, and welcome back to some more Kenshi with our Bounty Hunter playthrough. It's been a bit since the last episode. I had a few issues lately, just some personal things going on, and then I had a problem with the game. For whatever reason, I could not get it to load. I had to kind of troubleshoot the issue over a few days, and then finally, after doing what I should have done in the beginning and confronting my good friend Tarsus about the issue, we managed to figure out how to get it to work by just playing around and looking at a few things. But we're back up and running, and we're back into things. So basically, you might have saw in the beginning there, the tower actually was attacked by a group of people coming through, a group of traders, which I thought was interesting how that all kind of unfolded. And it happened slightly after I got done with the last episode. I was sort of just getting my group all healed up and getting them taken care of. I was getting ready to actually get them out of there and take them home when it all sort of transpired, and I made sure to record it so that way you guys could see what had transpired. Now, this is significantly farther past that point. What we've got here is we've got Tarsus and Nate. They've captured the people there that we wanted to get. Let me just zoom in here and show you. So we've got Dimmick and we've got Bazan. Or Buzan, or Bazoon, I don't know, however you want to pronounce that. And both of them are pretty good, sizable bounties. I can't remember. I think one of them is 40,000, the other might be 30,000. So it'll be a pretty good sum of cash that's going to help us out with getting towards that 1 million. And so we're at 25,000 now. There's a couple things I sold. There's a couple things I did off camera. I actually played for probably a good, I don't know, a couple of hours. And so there was a lot of treasure and stuff that was inside that tower, and so that was sort of an accumulation of all of that. I think there may have been the possibility there's some other stuff as well, but we didn't bring it with us. I don't know if Papi's got it on him. I can't really remember. It's actually been a bit since I've played, so I'm not sure who's carrying what. I think I unloaded pretty much everything, and I think at the base, I just noticed Void has, oh, that's right, these are some things I've gotten. So I think... yeah, I think we're all set. So we're going to have Nate and Tarsus actually run in there. They're both human, so they shouldn't get too much of a hard time from the Holy Nation going in here. We're going to just head right into this area and drop these guys off in the cages. They are wanted by the Holy Nation. Both of them are. And so this should give me a nice set of cash. Wait a second. Okay, so they don't, for whatever reason, they don't like Nate. Obviously, they're not crazy about the Greenlander, so that sucks. I'm going to try and have Nate get this person dropped off in the cage and collect the money before Nate gets knocked out. Let me see if I get, come on, Nate, come on. Okay, so I got the 35,000 reward, but that's not going to stop Nate from just getting the crap kicked out of him. Tarsus as well. Go, Tarsus, go. These guys actually tanking this pretty well. I'm not really sure why it's happening like this. Nate, go ahead and get out of here. And if Tarsus can just get in here and get this dropped off. There we go. So we got a 40,000 reward, and we'll have Tarsus get out of here. So that kind of sucks for, obviously, reasons I'm not really happy with. But hey, you know what? 100,000 cats, we're doing pretty good. And for some reason, we were able to push our way through, get that all settled, and now we're able to leave. Although Nate did just go unconscious and will probably get captured. I don't know where they're going to go with Nate from there. Been caught committing assault. I mean, technically the assault was us being assaulted, but that's all right. So we'll send Tarsus out next. Okay, so I was pretty sure the Holy Nation didn't like Greenlanders, but they didn't give him a hard time. But I guess I'm wrong about that because they gave Nate a hell of a hard time. Either way, the bounty will expire in 19 hours. Let's see when this actually goes away here. And so now they've got Tarsus as well. They'll probably just let him go after a certain amount of time. It's still kind of silly. So if I'm reading this correctly, imprisoned since its time remaining 10 hours. So both of them will be released in 10 hours. Well, that's kind of silly, but I understand. Either way, I got my bounties of 35,000 and 40,000, so I'm pretty happy. Besides the circumstances. So we'll head back to our group here so you guys can see what this looks like. And so what we've got here is we've got the base and a couple of the things that I've dropped off. I think the main thing I actually got that was worth a pretty good amount of money was, where is it? Let's see. There it is. Who's carrying it? Fancy Sheep is carrying it. So we got the third eye trance. That was interesting. That was like the big thing that we actually ended up getting from that, from looting that, on top of a bunch of food and such. That bad boy is worth 125,000 cats if we could sell it. The problem is, I don't think that we are going to find anybody that is going to have the money to be able to buy that. I'll have to search around a little bit and see, but yeah, I'm not feeling too confident about that whole thing. Now, let's see. Papi is carrying all of this. I do want somebody to go ahead and grab a few of these. We got a few food and stuff stored as well. Stabby and Big D were up here practicing getting their attack skill up. But for now, I think we're going to send them down. And the entire group's going to kind of go out. We're going to see if we can find some more bounties or if we can head in a direction where we can get more bounties. Having 100,000, we're only 900,000 away. And I do want to get a couple other things advancing. So training is going to be the big thing, right? Because I want to be able to get the training area upstairs actually fleshed out. Let's take a look at that real quick. So we've got the thief training boxes over here. I also put the locksmith training boxes and the assassination dummy over here. We've got a couple of training dummies, 3 of them already been built over here. I did lay out a few, there we go, barbells. That's gonna help with strength training. So that's kind of the training area I'm building, and I'll be able to upgrade these hopefully as we get better research going along. So the big thing is I need just kind of in general better research. So tech level 2, it's going to require the small house research, which I need 2 books for, and it's going to cost me 6 books. So a total of 8 books. So we got to go out and find more books, whether we buy them or we end up stealing them. It doesn't really matter. That's kind of where we need to progress. And so I was kind of thinking, where did I want to go from here? Because we've already traveled kind of south and all around this area. Now we've got 2 of our people here trapped in stack, at least temporarily. So we're going to want to get them out of there because I think we're going to want the full group before we head too far out. But I was contemplating maybe going down to Shark or checking out the different villages down here. There might be a possibility for loot or buying books down there, maybe exploring a few other things. You know, actually, oh yeah, so fun fact also, we cannot do anything else with the Holy Nation Outlaws anymore. That happened off camera, and well, it is what it is now. For whatever reason, the Holy Nation Outlaws don't like me anymore, and well, as I've tried to figure out why, I just simply don't know. It must have been something I did off camera that made them not like me. So now they try to fight us every chance they get. And it could have just been somebody I brought in, somebody I captured. It could have been a misclick. But yeah, they don't like us. So we're not going to be able to do anything with bounties there. And while our base is kind of here in the center part here, I'm not too worried about that. I'm not going to let it get me down. So I actually am going to grab this one item, so I have it with me. That way, if we come across somebody who can buy that, we could sell it, because frankly, I don't want it at all. So, I mean, I don't know if it's useful or not. I don't think it is. I kind of looked it up briefly just to see what it did, and it didn't seem like it was anything worth writing home to. Fancy Sheep is definitely the fastest here. So anyway, yeah, we're going to head up to stack real quick. I'll wait for the 10 hours to expire. I will get those 2 captured, and then, or sorry, not captured. I'll get them back into the group anyways, and then we'll be off on a journey. We'll see which direction we're going to go, and we'll start gearing up to get a few more bounties locked in. All right, and our group has traveled long and far to head back over to Skinner's Roam. I decided I was going to go over here and sort of search this whole northern area just to see if there was any other places I could find bounties or such before I head south, because I think I'm going to head down into Shem and maybe the Burning Forest, down into the South Wetlands and such. Maybe try to cash in on some bounties with the United Cities, maybe even the swamp. But yeah, as I was coming up this way, we ran across an ominous ruin, and I haven't really had a chance to look yet. It's over here, but it looks like there's some something going on here. It looks like we've got some Grieve Wraith spiders. They look terrifying. They're very powerful, and they appear to be fighting, I don't know, a massive army of people. There's something really crazy happening over here. We certainly got to come take a look. So we've got some broken watchtowers, a little bit of an ancient citadel ruin. Oh. A lot of animal skin and such over here. This is like some type of broken base or something that these spiders are hanging out in. And I can see a lot of dead bodies, a lot of people dragging their bodies. Where are the bodies, though? I see the spiders, but I don't see the bodies of the people. It's a group of hungry bandits that made it in here, and they're being consumed, which is why we're having difficulty finding the bodies. They did not make it too far. And a Grieve Wraith Matriarch. Holy hell. These are not something we want to be messing with. A group of hungry bandits there. That one's got a bounty. The Holy Nation Outlaws. A couple of these actually have bounties. It's a lot of severed human legs. Ooh, Grieve Wraith's actually coming out this way. Alright, let's get away from here for a second. One of those Grieve Wraiths are hitting for like 400 damage, so I don't think I want to mess with that. What do we have here? Some Oni, really, all the way in Skinner's Realm. What the hell's going on here? Fighting a group of Holy Sentinels and a Holy Nation Pack Bull. I can't really tell who's winning. There's actually 2 Pack Bulls here. This might be a really good opportunity for us to get some items, depending on whether or not the Oni wins or loses this. It doesn't seem like all of the Holy Sentinels are fighting. This is kind of weird. And I don't really think I want to get involved. I don't think I want to run over there and start fighting things. I just want to wait for it to clear out. These Oni are actually picking up some of the Holy Nation. These other 2 Holy Nation don't seem to give a damn. They see me, but they don't seem to care. And yeah, that's kind of what I figured. And 100% stealing chance, so this just got pretty damn good. All the food I could ever need. We've got rice oil and vein vinegar. We could sell these. All of this could be sold, actually. Cactus salt. I'm mainly thinking of definitely grabbing the food, the research artifacts, a farmer's notebook. Yeah, the food is for sure. Medkits are for sure. Sand cube. Anything that can be eaten. Alright, and so they moved on, and I gotta say we made out pretty good. Made out like bandits, as one would probably say. We stole all the food off of all 3 of these bowls as the Holy Nation left. So that gave Papi a bunch of different food here. Needless to say, food won't be a problem for a very, very long time. Might not even ever be a problem again. Just because of how high the nutritional value is on all of this different food here. I really don't think we're going to have an issue. We've got all this food. I've put food in everybody's inventory, so everybody's going to be munching on the food they've got in their inventory here and there, since I just kind of ran out of room, was trying to clear some space. Everybody's got a few med kits, and then Nate here actually grabbed the Trader's Wooden Backpack. Not great for combat, but he's carrying all of this extra stuff, which we're going to sell as soon as we get the opportunity to in a place. So that's not half bad, and it'll help up our cats here. Now, it looks like we've actually got a group of bounty outlaws passing through with some pretty high stats, but some of them do have bounties. Shek Kingdom. Nothing here that's like super impressive besides that 6,300, and that one's terrifying. I couldn't fight the whole group, so I guess there'd be no point in trying to pull them. If I could maybe pull 1 or 2, that'd be different, but yeah, I'm definitely not gonna take the risk and try and pull that whole group. So I gotta figure out where I want to sell my goods. Discover the broken house, so we can check out the broken house. Yeah, Nate's going to be a little bit slower till we get these goods off of him, which is fine. The Okran's Pride, I know there's a city up here, over here, but I'm hesitant into entering any of those locations. Let me see. Boy, I can't see. Wow, I cannot see anything at all. This is crazy, guys. This is absolutely nuts. Okay, we're through it. Wow. It's quite the sandstorm. We came through with a group, the Guild of Surgeons. Well, all right. Let's have a conversation with these guys real quick. Good day to you, traveler. Can I interest you in medical supplies? Perhaps some plastic surgery. Only 300 cats. Sure, let's see what you have. Okay, so he's actually got some cats on him, which is perfect because I could have Nate go ahead and sell some of this stuff off, and then maybe we can even buy something. I like these ex-martial artist suits. They're kind of cool. There's a few limbs here, but I don't think anybody's missing any limbs. We could get a skeleton repair kit. I know Fancy Sheep was looking kind of low. We definitely don't need food, and I think we're pretty good on med kits, but we could always buy more. Let's definitely sell off a bunch of this crap we got. That frees up some space and lightens up his inventory. There we go, and that's pretty much going to do us in 125,000. There we go. So 129. Do I pick up the skeleton repair kit? I believe so. It's definitely a better deal than the authentic skeleton repair kit. You're talking 500 charges to 100 charge, and this is literally only half the price, so you're getting over double. You're getting a lot more bang for your buck. I'm going to buy one of these and just go ahead and sell a few more of those off. Hell, I'll buy 2 of them because we've got the money to do it, and we can cancel out that cost, and we'll give those to Fancy Sheep because he's going to need it. There you go, Fancy Sheep. And then, yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to sell, nor could I. I'd have to buy some med kits for that. Let's see, we've got 10 of these basic for standard kits. Tarsus has a few med kits. Fancy Sheep has 2 of the basic. Boy, almost looks like I actually could use some med kits. There's a few there. There's a few there. A few there. Medics, robotics. Yeah, actually, Fancy Sheep, since Brahm here is doing robotics, why don't you give him one of these? No, I guess we are fine on medkits. We'll let them pass for now. All right, perfect. So we got that stuff sold. That was way better than I thought. Wasn't expecting to run across a trader. Oh, Jesus. Holy crap. I've never seen anything like this. There's a 2,000 bounty in there, but we would just get wrecked, and we just got all of this food, so I don't want to take a chance. That is crazy. That is absolutely nuts. Look at how many hungry... Oh my god. So many hungry bandits. Yeah, we're going to walk right around that. Ooh, will they go after the Guild of Surgeons? Probably not, seeming as the Guild of Surgeons has all but vanished. Alright, the broken house in the military, the Holy Mine Ruin is off over here into the sandstorm. This is really bad, but if we go through it, we can get an idea. So there's a book over here, a couple building materials and such. I could pick those up if I wanted to bring them back. I think the stuff I have back at base requires iron plates and such. Might not make a whole lot of sense to really carry those around with us right now, but I'll definitely pick up the book. I mean, I definitely wouldn't mind the iron plates, but yeah, the book makes more sense. So go ahead and grab that, Pappy. I think that gets me pretty close for books. I've got 4. I need, what, 8 of them? No, so maybe not as close as I thought. We're halfway there. Halfway there. All right, I know the Dust King, or whatever the hell his name is. The Slave King, not the Dust King. He's, I think, in the broken house over here. But I know he's really hard to take out. He's usually got some pretty good items nearby him. We can certainly take a look and see if there's anything worth grabbing. What's his bounty? 80,000. God, that's a juicy bounty. But yeah, he would just destroy our group. We've got a solar flare, some ring sabers, a cross scythe, some mercenary plate. What about these guys? They're slaves. No bounties on them as far as I could tell. The solar flare I'm not familiar with. Some type of really cool weapon. Let's get over here. Hope we don't pull them. I'll grab Papi real quick if he's got the space. And he does. And we'll head in and try to grab some of this stuff. Let's get the solar flare and the ringed saber. That and the cross scythe. I can't grab the mercenary plates. Nothing else here really makes sense. But there we go. Always a great place to get some really good early game weapons. Let's get out of here, and then once we're out of here, because I want to make sure I don't pull him, we'll take a look at what we've gotten. We'll get out of the dust storm, actually. Wow. That must be a mod that thickens that up, because I've never seen it like that before. Just absolutely nuts. Alright, so we're going to take a look at what Papi picked up here. So we got ourselves, this was Papi's weapon. And there's the solar flare. That's really cool. I've never seen that before. Remodeling weapon. It's worth a pretty good amount. It's a saber class. Tarsus does need a saber weapon. We do have this pole arm here, which is pretty good. Not sure if we have anybody using pole arms yet. I think we have one person. The ringed saber is pretty good too. And obviously the other ringed saber. So let's go ahead and trade with Tarsus real quick. Oops. Because like I said, I know that Tarsus is using this katana, and he's a saber user. So we're going to give him the solar flare. And I believe Nate was also using that, and he's using a hacker. But he would probably fare better with another ring saber. But, you know, let me see what else we've got for people who will see it. Fancy Sheep is using that. So I'm going to actually trade with Tarsus here, and we're going to swap that over for now. We'll need to get more side weapons. Stabby's using a horse chopper, a pretty garbage horse chopper, so we can ditch that for the ringed saber. Archangel has this polearm, which is actually pretty good. Tropican's using this really nice katana. We need to get a side weapon for Tropican. Big D using a hacker here. Could take Nate's hacker, since Nate's a better saber user anyways. I know that from looking off camera. So drop that bad boy. There you go. Richard using the heavy weapon here. Brahm using a really terrible horse chopper. Could be swapped with this, or could have a scythe. He's good with sabers, but he's good with polearms too. Let's give him a polearm. And Void using... Oh, Void's already using a polearm though. And while he's not better than Brahm at it, he's got a little bit more practice. So let's just do this. And this can go. We'll sell it. I don't want to get rid of any of these because it's... These items, even though they're not that great sell value, it's a little bit closer to retiring, and I don't want to kill our odds for that. Alright, so that was a nice weapon swap there. Let's keep walking around, I guess. Let's see if we can find ourselves some more bounties. Alright, and so I decided to head back down south of Skinner's Roam down into Shem. I stopped into the Smuggler's Bar real quick just to see if there's any bounties or anything there, anybody to recruit, and now I'm heading towards the Settled Nomads over here. I'm going to check them out real quick. I think they've got some animals for sale, and it could be a pretty good opportunity for us to maybe get a pack bowl or something to help carry some of this food and everything we got. That way I don't have to rely on people with backpacks so heavily, and they can do what they do best, which is fight. So we do have a little bit of a animal thing here. We've got a rogue trader walking around. I can't remember. Yeah, it's just the black gear, and it's all standard or shoddy grade. So not really that useful. So let's see what we've got here. Safe journeys, roamer. So it looks like we've got some gurus. They're all babies. Pack bulls, a wild bull. All pups. Every one of them. So let's talk to this guy here and see what we're looking at. So we could get a guru. I believe the difference between them and the other ones is I think the gurus are a little bit faster. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that was that was the difference. And the pack bulls, we did those last time, my last playthrough, so I think we'll try to do gurus this time. They do have adult goats. This looks like it might be the oldest one. So we'll go ahead and buy that. And we'll get a name in here. So we've got Ragnarok is the next name on the list. So congratulations, you get to be the first animal of the group. How exciting. All right, so we'll confirm that. And we're going to want to get a backpack as well. Yeah, pretty quick actually. 16 miles per hour is pretty fast. All right, it's going to be really nice having this. Let's go ahead and buy an animal bag for them. Ooh, there's actually only one. That was close. Animal pellets, 500 nutrition, possibly edible. Actually, that's not bad for the price of it. But I don't care if the guru eats our food. But boy, for 300, we'll just pick it up. Because 500 nutrition, that's a lot for what it is. So we'll trade real quick and get this all cycled over. There's the backpack. It's just as big as a normal backpack. So he's going to carry all of the food plus research materials. Why am I here? What is going on? Triangle bandits fighting nomads. They will lose something terribly. Any of them got a bounty? It does not appear that way. Wow, even this guy. Oh, it's a Kermit. Okay. I was gonna say even that guy's getting involved, but no, it wasn't what I thought it was. Okay. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna have him hold all the stuff that I want to potentially sell, as well as everything that I deem as food. Actually, stuff I'm gonna keep down here. Food at the top, stuff I'm gonna sell to the right. Alright, so, boy, where am I going next? We've got all of this. Richard's still leading the way. I guess the only thing to do at this point would be to head into the swamps towards the village in Shark, and then try to push through those down into the South Wetlands, down into the Hook. I know that there is some United Cities territory down there, so maybe we can get a bounty with the United Cities. We can cash that in. Down in, I believe it's Morn is one of the cities down there. So we'll just head down that way and see what we can find. And we also need to find ourselves some recruits. So there's still going to be that. We can check out the spider plains. I don't want to go too far south of that. Maybe Shun or something would work. Or we could drop over into the bone fields. I'll just kind of play it out. But I know we're definitely going to be entering the swamp regardless. And trying to see what we can find out there. And here we are in the swamp now. So we're just going to keep kind of heading into this area. Maybe heading towards Rot or some of the other villages. I just want to see if maybe there is a hunting opportunity in the area. Maybe even some bounties to collect inside of the cities. I don't think the swampers actually do bounties, but I know there could definitely be people with bounties is what I'm trying to say, somewhere in these areas. So we'll just kind of take a look. Ooh, some swamp ruins as well. We'll certainly have a look at that. Yeah, so we'll start heading that way now. All right, and I can see the swamp ruins here in the distance, although they don't look much like ruins. It actually looks like some type of active settlement of sorts. Not sure if it's base game or modded. I'm going to be careful because I don't really know what we're going to be up against. Looks like money's being spent, so I guess that's a good sign. And it does look like there's shops. So much for swamp ruins, I guess. What is, who inhabits this? Let's see, is there anybody guarding? There's just a way into here with nobody really guarding it. It is swampers, actually, so I guess not really swamp ruins, after all. Very cool looking area. We've got the sake pump here, which is a bar. Up here, we've got a big shop. Okay, I like the way that's laid out. We got a shop there. And then, yeah, another shop here, travel shop and such. The noble house is actually here. Oh, okay. So we'll definitely see... Oh, really dark right now, but we'll definitely get in here and head into the bar and we'll see what we've got. So we've got a drifter who we can talk to, another drifter there. A swamper with a bounty with the United Cities. We might pick that up. A couple bar thugs, swamper there. I'm on top of the world. That's so. All right, welcome aboard. Cool. Cool. Is this Ellen? It is. All right, perfect. So we've got both of those characters. We're going to take a look at them real quick. So 2 free characters. I love it. I like not having to spend money for this. Inventory-wise, wow, actually some really good gear. What about stats? You know, halfway decent stats. I think we can make this work. Damn, Leaf here is actually a pretty good weaponsmith. Shoddy grade armor, but a really good weapon. Ellen here, which we're going to rename these two in a second. Not that great. Oh, wow, look at that, though. No way. So pretty good club. Some other stuff. Stats-wise, not bad as well. Nothing that screams out to me. Except for the really good blunt, which I think we'll go ahead and keep on both of them. So I'll go ahead and get them renamed to the Plastic Surgeon real quick. And we'll go ahead and we've got Fat Man next. So there you go, Fat Man. You're now in the game. Congratulations. We've got Alara as our next name. So congratulations, Alara, for making it into the group. 2 more people. It's going to make our squad that much better. Just move them up here because I always like to keep animals in the back. Did either of them have any ability for field medic? 2 and 4. So not really. I think I'm fine with the group I got. All right, where is that bounty? Right there's that 1,000 bounty. Is it worth picking it up? I'm en route. I'd still have to make it all the way down here to cash it in. I think we should just keep pushing onto Shark. If it was maybe like a 5,000 or more bounty, it probably makes sense. But I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense to try to grab that bounty right now and have to carry it so far. So I think we'll leave. But you know what? We're going to stay in this town till it gets a little bit brighter outside, till daytime comes. Because it's dark and the swamp can be a dark and dangerous place. And I think it's a good place to leave it off here as well. So when we come back, we'll probably be someplace around Shark or in the vicinity, unless I find something between here and there. And we'll see what we've got there before we push out and head into the South Wetlands and even further beyond. So not a super eventful video, but nonetheless, things are happening. And I will say that landing that trade caravan raid was pretty good because it set us up for food for a very, very long time, especially as we start recruiting more people and maybe even more animals. So I think it's going to do pretty good. With that being said, I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you next time.